the co-founder of Codingjr.
Mr. Ajay is a graduate from IIT BHU and IIM Ahmedabad, and he lives in Singapore. He is a serial entrepreneur and a thought leader. He is extremely passionate about education and has founded several startups in the field, including Autogram for career enhancement. He is also the co-founder of EdTech Coding Junior, which helps schools to teach AI, robotics, and coding. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Shriyans. Thanks, Aditya. शुरू में थोड़ा हिंदी में बात करूंगा. I hope that's okay with you guys. Not very far from here is a place called Shekhawati. मेरी नानी वहाँ रहती थी. मेरा बचपन वहाँ बहुत बीता है. I have very fond memories of Rajasthan. I am a proponent of boarding schools. I went to Kershaw at the age of 8 and was born and brought up in Calcutta. Where are my slides? Okay, so that's the topic. I'll start with a video. And Colonel Shekhar, it's not a right-wing video. Let me clarify. Can you show that? Next slide. So move karte. This is a machine I saw in a temple in Calcutta last Tuesday. And what made me think is, how many jobs has this machine taken? The drummer, the guy who's playing the khanti, and the guy who's playing the khanta, right? So I just thought, what happens with people like us who travel around the world? We've seen so much of the world, and I have a 15-year-old daughter, I have a 9-year-old daughter, and what kind of a career will they get into, and what are the values and things I need to imbibe in them today. So I've just made a framework. I'm not here to sell any product to you. Our stalls out there, you can see what we do. But this is because there are so many thought leaders out here. I just want to leave you with some thoughts on where the world is going over the next, say, 50 or 100 years, and what we as parents, as teachers, as dads, moms, need to think about. Because this is really serious stuff. I have 10 minutes, I'll be really fast. The way I look at jobs is, there are two types of jobs. One is manual, which is we use our hands and legs. The other is purely cognitive, which is using our brains. That machine is replacing most jobs that use hands and legs. Okay? The other dimension that I look at is, if you're doing a manual job, is it repetitive? Is it routine? If you're doing a cognitive job, is it repetitive? Is it routine? Manual repetitive is being replaced or automated for the last 100 years. Machines are replacing humans. They are helping humans do better. Production of everything is improving. Cars, glasses, everything you see around is being manufactured by a machine. This trend has been happening. There's nothing new there. I have purposely colored these boxes the way they are. Manual repetitive is red, at most risk. This is a new framework I think about is how many people are in each type of jobs. Manual repetitive is the bottom of the pyramid. They are the people that we need to think about. How can you help them improve and so on. Our kids and the generation we are talking about typically will work with their brains, which is cognitive. Within cognitive, you have two types of jobs. People who do repetitive and routine kind of jobs, and the other is people who do not do repetitive jobs. The number of people in each type, the color is self-explanatory. And this is the inconvenient truth of the world. Few people who do repetitive jobs don't make money. The wealth of the people is shared by the people at the top. They are the people who change the world. They are entrepreneurs, they are politicians, they are salesmen, they are CEOs. They have unique skills, and we know what those skills are. If I have to imbibe anything in my nephews, my daughter, my nieces, I want them to have some differentiated skills that will be used forever. Mind my words, forever. Okay? The problem with the world today is, because of AI, and I'll show you some things that are happening, this pyramid is actually more and more skewing towards the top. 1% of the world owns 90% of the wealth today. Google, Apple, they are trillion-dollar companies, several trillion-dollar companies. They make so much money, they can buy all of us out 1,000 times over and still will have $1 billion, right? So, what we need to do for our kids, let me show you some figures. I've talked about this, I'll move fast. This is what worries me the most for our kids, which is cognitive work will be replaced by software, and there is no walking away from this. Okay? Lena talked about lawyers being replaced. She talked about bank tellers being replaced. There are hundreds of careers that exist today, will not exist tomorrow. There are hundreds. So one skill I'm telling you, not because I have co-founded a company for coding, is you have to teach your kids to write software. There is no walking away. The way you taught maths and science, there's no walking away from learning to code. What that means is, you don't have to write code yourself. Work with people who will code, right? Or work with a product that codes and so on. But children need to understand coding because coding is basically pattern recognition, sequencing, breaking a problem into parts and so on. It is not writing code, okay? 3 images. Ideally, if I had long time, I would have asked you to vote for this. One of them is from a Disney Pixar movie. One of them is shot on a dining table of a house. One of them is from someone who shot. Which of them do you think is from the Disney Pixar movie? Middle one, raise your hands. Quick. Anybody? Okay, you think so? Which one was shot on a dining table? Is it the last one? Raise your hands. Most of you think that, right? Ladies and gentlemen, none of these pictures were taken by a human being. None of them are part of a Google search engine. All these pictures have been generated, mind my words, generated by an artificial intelligence machine, and the instruction given to that machine was an astronaut riding a horse in a photorealistic style. Even an artist cannot do this. Look at the last one, a bowl of soup that looks like a monster knitted on wool. A computer has generated this image just by those 10 or 12 words. That's the world we are in. If I have to tell you one video to watch on YouTube, go to something called OpenAI. A friend of mine in Singapore actually is part of the team. And just see this video. Your perspective of the future will change. I'm scared about our kids. Okay, I'm honestly scared. That's why I'm here. This is generated by humans. So even creative work, which is imagination, art, drawing, music, will be replaced by these guys. Pritham will not be creating music anymore. It will be the AI. So what you have to do is teach kids to work with the machine, with the software, because man and machine together will do a much better job. My father-in-law is a radiologist. AI will do a far better job than him, because an AI has seen trillions of real X-rays, and they know the analysis much better. So the future is scary. So this is how I think about the future, which is, if we have to give skills to our kids, it has to be non-repetitive, completely cognitive, and you have to teach manual stuff, which is dance, which is art, which is yoga, which is physiotherapy. Richest people in the world, on the right column, money drives the world, I'm a capitalist too, are all software engineers. Most money is made in computer engineering salaries. We know what's happening in startups here. Indians leading. So I want our kids to get there. पढ़ लिख लो, पहले बोलते थे, पढ़ लिख लो, कोड भी कर लो. This is the future. You know what this is. This is important to me. As a parent, so my wife is a PhD. She studied in Pilani actually. She was my sweetheart in college in IIT. She teaches, she's a prof. So we always think about it. First thing is read. Read as much as you can. Second, coding, she hated it. But because of Vikas, my co-founder here, she loves it now. Learn to lose. This was important. I think it came out in the morning. I think our kids are living in a cocoon. बहुत अच्छा किया. Consolation prize दे रहे. अरे कुछ किया ही नहीं है. मैं आपको सच्ची घटना बताता हूँ. मैं बैडमिंटन कोच ढूंढ रहा था अपनी बेटी के लिए. गए हम. एक चाइनीज कोच है, 65 साल के बुजुर्ग हैं. बट क्या डेडिकेशन है अपने क्राफ्ट के लिए, ठीक है. तो 4 बच्चे थे, एक बच्ची जीती, 3 बच्चे थे. ये बंदा आके बोलता है, you lost. I was a fan of the guy. He didn't tell them, well done, come back next time. बहुत अच्छा किया. The world is a very tough place. So I hired this coach. जो सच है बोल रहा है, तुम हारे हो, अगली बार फाइट मारना, वापस आना. That's the world we want. We want honest teachers. ये हर चीज में ताली बजाने से नहीं होता है. The real world is very tough and we've all seen it. So that's a value we need to imbibe. Public speaking very important. Cannot walk it. हर चीज में अपने को बेचना होता है. There's nothing else that matters. Okay? Creativity important. Mandarin. So my nephews and nieces, I'll tell you what I tell them. And I'm telling you all of you. If you want to tell your kids, learn these languages. One of them. Swedish. Small country, global companies. जो भी इंडिया में आएगा, स्वीडन का CEO, अगर इंडिया का बच्चा स्वीडिश जानता है और सेम स्किल सेट है, जिसको भाषा आती है सीखेगा, उसको हायर करेगा. स्वीडिश सिखाइए, कोरियन सिखाइए, जापानीज सिखाइए. अपनी स्कूलों में ये भाषाएं सिखाइए. इंग्लिश भली ना आए, हिंदी भी ना आए, चलेगा. ठीक है, नौकरियां बेटर मिलेंगी. फिर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. माय डॉटर वांटेड एन आईफोन. मैं बोला $1400 का, मेरे पास तो इतने पैसे नहीं है. टाइम्स अप. So she put up her own website and I got her 2 mentors. Please stand up. They are my co-founders. I passed out in 1998. They passed out in 2018. Manchika, you don't also stand up. That's the team. I am here because of them. Please give them a big hand. अगर आप में कोई blind chess खेलना, एक blind chess बंदे को आप, कोई भी यहाँ chess खेलता है ना, आप विकास के साथ chess खेल लो. वो blind खेल रहा है मेरे cousin के साथ. Genuinely started. ठीक है? ये फिलिप, ये कोडर्स हैं. आप करते क्या, आपको दिखा रहा है, मैं क्विकली दिखा देता हूँ. अगर जो मेटावर्स समझना है मैं समझा सकता हूँ. We do this, a complete coding school solution for schools. We are by the only app in India, I can vouch on this, which has a compiler in the app. आपको कोई हार्डवेयर नहीं चाहिए, कुछ नहीं चाहिए. और हमारी कंपनी इसमें iOS ऐप के अंदर बच्चों को ढंग से कोडिंग सिखा रहे हैं, हम सिखा सकते हैं, because we are coders. हम यहाँ पैसा बनाने के लिए नहीं आए हैं. पैसा बनाना जरूरी है, but that's not our goal. And the last slide, this is, I think they can explain to you better. That will the contest. Cheers. Okay.